everyone, and welcome to this edition of the Bremerton Beat Blast. I'm your host, Kitsap Sun reporter Josh Farley. I'm standing at the corner of 4th Street and Pacific Avenue, and as always, I've got 5 stories that you just got to know about happening in your town this week. So let's get to them. Story number 1 is an emerging story out of South Kitsap. There has been an explosion. Many of you might have felt it right about 4 a.m. or so. There's a huge explosion. Authorities are still investigating. We don't know where the 2 people that live in the residence off of Soholt Lane are yet, but we'll keep you posted at kitsapsun.com as more emerges on this story. Story number 2 is the place right behind me, Hot Java Cafe. Its owners took a chance on downtown Bremerton. They rented the building from the Bremer Trust and agreed to expand what was a cafe into a more lounge setting. They've got a little fireplace in the back corner. It's a much bigger space now. And I asked the owners of Hot Java Cafe why they felt like downtown Bremerton was a good place to invest in.
I love being here. I'm very thankful we've got this place. We started out with the first half, and the Bremer Trust had offered us a deal to take the second, and that's when we decided to do beer and wine and music and try to be more family friendly and more community oriented. And here we are.
Story number 3 on our list is just kind of a zany, fun story that came out of the pages of the Kitsap Sun this last week. Former sports editor Chuck Stark interviewed a man named Clark Whitney. Clark, you may know, is an accountant that works off of Warren Avenue. Well, back in 1975, Clark and some of his buddies thought it might be a good idea to throw some line off the back of the State Ferry Hyack in Rich Passage and water ski, yes, water ski, behind a State Ferry. I had to ask Clark, what on earth were they thinking when they pulled off this outrageous stunt?
Just because it was such a big vessel and it was I don't think it had ever been done before, and it was just trying to do something new and unique. And so just because it was there, it's like climbing Mount Everest, I guess.
Do you think we can pull off a feat similar to
today's world? Probably not, with Homeland Security and all the watchful eyes out there. I wouldn't recommend attempting it.
Story number 4 on our list this week is actually a 2-parter and concerns the Lions Park neighborhood. If you're down at Lions Park, you may notice that there's brand new beauty bark all along its 1,900 square feet of shoreline. That's because the students from the Washington Youth Academy, as well as Bremerton High School, went out there on Friday. It was raining like crazy. They worked hard and they made it all look brand new. Also, in the Lions Park neighborhood, the Lebo Boulevard project is progressing. I went to a community meeting last night at the Sheridan Community Center. Looks like the plans are to actually rubbleize, so break up all of that old concrete along the roadway surface. They're going to leave it there, and they're going to pave over the top of it to include 10-foot wide sidewalks on one side and 6-foot sidewalks on the other. There'll also be landscaping and decorative lighting added to the street. All of that work will be done in 2017. Story number 5 on our list here today, it has to do with methadone. Methadone is used as a treatment sometimes for heroin and opiate addicts to wean off or go on to another opiate, which helps to stabilize their life. You may remember in 2011, Evergreen Treatment Services of Seattle tried to put a methadone clinic here in Kitsap County. They were unsuccessful. The Bremerton City Council established a moratorium after there was an outcry about possible crime problems that would ensue around the clinic. It never came here. That's the subject of a Frontline documentary tonight at 9 p.m. on your local PBS station. I know I'll be tuning in. I hope you do as well. That's going to do it for this edition of the Bremerton Beat Blast. One last note, remember on Saturday at 1 p.m. we'll be having our latest story walk. It's up off of Linden Lane in the West Hills area. We're touring the Kitsap County Coroner's Office as well as the 911 Dispatch Center. I hope you can make it for both tours. Again, 1 o'clock on Saturday. I want to extend a special thanks to Penumbra Productions for consulting on this Bremerton Beat Blast. I hope you have a great week, and we'll see you again next Tuesday.